All right, welcome back to the podcast. Today is episode 2, and we are going to be going through out of body experiences and astral projection and all of that stuff.
Yay, I'm so excited to talk about this stuff.
It definitely is very interesting. So, astral projection, what is it?
Yeah.
Astral projection is the projection of your consciousness, which is essentially your soul leaving your body. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we both have had
some experiences with that. And I guess I'll dive into my experiences. So I've actually had 2 experiences of this. My first one was last year, and I was actually getting a Reiki healing. So what Reiki is, for those who don't know, it's essentially just like energy healing, so for your body and rebalancing all your chakras. So I went and I got some energy work because I was just feeling really drawn to it, and my friend actually sent me the lady's page on Instagram, and she was based in Adelaide, which isn't too far from like where I live. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. And I'd never been to this lady before. I'd never had Reiki healing whatsoever. So I didn't really know what to expect, but I had an open mind walking into the experience. So I was just like, I'm ready for this. And at the time, I just left my job. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm just open to any new experiences right now, see where life is taking me. And as soon as I laid down, you know, we had to put the music on, get everything ready, and like just chat before we started, just so we could get a mutual feeling of one another. As soon as I laid down, I just remember like going into the breath work and having to just really get comfortable on the table, and she was, you know, doing the hands all over my body and stuff and feeling where the energy is most blocked. And I just remember, so keep in mind, I've never been to this lady's house whatsoever before. And I just remember walking around, like I left my body and I was just walking around her room, and I could see her with her hands over my body, and I walked like to my right, and this was her bathroom. So I didn't even see this bathroom like before I like walked in there. And I just remember looking into the bathroom and then looking back at myself laying on this table, and I was like, what the hell's going on? And I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Like there must just be a lot of energy that she's working to get out of me. So maybe I left my body because it was too much, or maybe I was just, I'd never been in that comfortable state of being before, and it was something new. And at the end of the experience, after she did like the energy healing, I could actually feel the energy being pulled out of my body. Like I could just feel the tension leaving me, and it was so weird because I was like, what is this feeling? I could just feel it, especially in my stomach. I'm not sure, like I think I had a lot of stress and anxiety like by leaving my job, because I was like, what am I doing? Like I've just taken this risk. And afterwards she did like the chakra balancing and stuff, and then I came back to my body, and I didn't remember that I had left my body until after I left like her. So I got in my car, and then I was like, holy crap, I had just left my body. And when I got out of that, sat into my car, grabbed my phone, the time was 11:11. I remember it so distinctly. I messaged her and I was like, so it's 11:11, and she's like, wow, you're really in sync and like in tune with yourself. And I was like, oh, cool, thanks. So that was like my first one that I remember, like as an adult. And then my next one was just a few months ago. I remember I went to Movie World that day. So obviously, you know, being thrown around on roller coasters and stuff, your body is so tired after that day out. And I remember just going into bed and I was like, I'm so tired, and I think my body fell asleep before me. And so my mind's still active, and I just remember floating above my body in my bedroom, and I could see a figure, like a shadow, in the top right hand corner. I was like looking at it, and I was like, what are you looking at? And I thought it was my dog. Like it was so weird because it wasn't my dog. Like what the hell would he be doing on the corner of a roof? But at the same time, it wasn't him, and it was like someone looking at me. And I was just floating around the room, and I could see my partner's light on in his computer room, and I was just like trying to call out to him, and I was like hello, like can you come in here, like why aren't you coming? And I just couldn't get past the door, like I couldn't exit the room. I don't know why, but I was just floating around. I could see my body just lying there. I was just like I just kept yelling out to him, and he just wouldn't come. And I wasn't necessarily scared, I was just a bit confused because I hadn't experienced that in a while, and I was like, what is going on? And then I came back to my body, and then I called out to him, and he came in straight away. He's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I've been calling out to you. Like, how come you didn't come? And he's like, no, you didn't. And I was just like, oh my god. Like, so I told him, like, I just, you know, it was like lucid dreaming, and like I couldn't get past the door.
Yeah.
I think it would have been so interesting if I could just get past the door, but I think I was holding myself back because I wasn't willing to let go because I didn't know what the hell was going on. But they're my two experiences that I can remember so clearly as of recently.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. Wow, that's so interesting.
I know.
That's like, yeah, I've had kind of like similar with the room one.
Yeah.
My first one where I actually astral projected and saw my body, it was just when I was deep in meditation, and like I was doing the methods and everything, and eventually I got out and I was just in my room looking around, and then I like looked down at myself like with my eyes closed, and I was like, I just like freaked out. I was just like, oh my god, I'm laying in bed. And I was just like, oh, like what? So as soon as I actually saw myself, I was like, nah, back. So I just went straight back automatically because I was just like freaking out because I was looking at myself. Like, you don't realize how weird it is until you're actually like looking at yourself from remote viewing, and you're just like, oh. But
that's not what I look like.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, that's me. But my second one was through a lucid dream.
Yeah.
And like, when this first started happening, this is when I was really getting into my tarot readings, and I was doing them for people, and I was getting pretty good at it. And I had this like psychic come through, but like when I have people come through, my guides like will shape shift to present themselves as someone familiar to me. So they will change their form for me. So it was a psychic that was well known, and she was saying like, well done, you're doing great with these readings, like you're giving everyone the answers that they need. And I was like, oh, all right, I'm in a dream, like, and I was like, thank you so much, like, and she was like, now I want to give you the answers. And I was just like, oh, like, of course. And then she's like, we don't have time actually. And I was like, no, please. Like, I was like, please, come on. And then all of a sudden I like astral projected into my room, and I was looking around and I was thinking like, where's the answers? Like, I'm in my room. Like, this is weird. So I like called out to her again. And I was like, can you please come back? Like, and next thing I know, I am traveling so fast, and there's like all this purple electricity coming off my astral body. And I am going so fast, like I felt so much energy, I could hear it, like, I don't know if you know what like electricity sounds like.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I like get to like this portal thing, and there's like water, and there's like birds chirping, and it was so peaceful. And I was like looking into the water of the portal thing, and then like as soon as I went to like touch the water, I came straight back to my body. Oh, I know, such a...
God damn.
I was like, take me back. But yeah, that one was crazy because I've never actually like, I was like looking around at my body and like the electricity coming off, and like I can't describe how fast I was going.
That's insane.
Like,
that is so cool.
Yeah, and I was just like, I wonder where I was going, where she was taking me. Like, what was it about this water portal thing? But
have you ever been back?
No, I haven't been back, but I have heard the same sounds in my meditations. So the water and the birds.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my most like profound, cool experience. Yeah, because like I was just going so fast, and like I don't know where that psychic went, but she was obviously trying to send me somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think that's a thing with astral projecting, you can either like set the intention on where you want to go,
Yeah.
or your guides will like want to show you something. Like they will
They'll
just
take you where you need to go.
yeah, they'll like just show it to you. So yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And I guess that sort of takes us to like the silver cord. So
Yeah.
whether you think it's a myth or not.
Yeah.
And the silver cord's pretty much, it's what attaches you when you leave your body. So it depends if you believe you're attached to something or not.
Yeah. I feel like there's been this massive thing put out there into media
Yeah.
about there being like a silver cord, so that when people do astral project and they don't see a cord, they freak out and they don't go back. That is the narrative that is being pushed,
Yeah.
you know? So you are always bound to your body regardless if there's a cord or not. If your mind creates a cord to keep you safe
Yeah.
in the travel as like a coping mechanism or whatever, but regardless if there's a cord or not, you're always bound to your body because you chose your body. It is only a fragment of your soul that leaves your body.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you can lose your body, period.
Fully, yeah. And I guess some people, if they'd seen the Netflix series Behind Her Eyes,
Yeah.
or Behind Your Eyes, whatever it was called, they would see that they did project that. They had shown, you know, your body was attached via a cord. So I guess it's how you want to look at it, and it probably is just a safety thing for you. So like if you think of it, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
If you think, okay, that's how I'm bound to my body, that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't get scared of it.
Yeah.
If it's not there, just keep an open mind and always make sure to like protect yourself, I guess. Like go into it knowing that you're going to come back.
Yeah. And I feel like that with your mind creating the cord to keep you safe also relates to your experiences on the astral plane.
Yeah.
Like what your mind will allow you to.
Yeah. So then that's like what you think about is what you attract. So if you're thinking negatively going into it, you're only going to attract negative beings, like people who will try and take your energy.
Yeah, so I feel like if you're feeling scared or you're feeling nervous, to not go through with it, because that energy in the astral plane is going to ripple out.
Yeah.
And it's going to call in and bring everything else in that resonates with that frequency.
Yes.
And it is going to feed off your energy. It is going to attach itself to you.
Yeah, like attaching negative energies and coming back, and then you've got that to you.
You've got that physical attachment, like you feel it.
It's exactly like when you get blackout drunk. You're opening your body up to those entities to attach to you. And sometimes, you know, after you get blackout drunk, the next day you feel horrible. It's because you're not yourself. You've got a negative entity on you.
Yeah, your energetic field is so weak.
Yeah.
And anything could just go
Come
on
in, yeah. So hello, you're opening yourself up to all of these bad energies, and you've just got to think, is that what you want to do? Or do you want to like vibe high and like attract the goodness and like see all the abundance?
So I feel like when you are astral projecting, if you're feeling high vibe and if you have good intentions, you're going to go on some
next level
next level trips. It's going to be so much fun. Like it's just incredible. But you know, it all depends on your vibration and how you've protected yourself. And
and I feel like as well, like with when we talk about vibrations and frequencies and stuff, that can come into play into like the real world as well, like by what you listen to and what you open yourself up to look at. So like even with music and stuff, half of that is very low vibration. So what are you putting into your body? Like even with food, it's like for me being, once I actually went vegetarian, like cut out all meat, dairy, everything like that, I found that I was able to experience all of this stuff more, like deeper. Otherwise before then I didn't really have that connection within myself. And then once I just started eating living things rather than dead things, I just felt like I was living.
It affects like your entire aura. Like
absolutely.
It frees up the energy so much. It's not like that heavy feeling that you get. So
oh yes, and like water. Like a lot of our water contains fluoride. And fluoride doesn't let you open your third eye.
It like will calcify your pineal gland, so you cannot think for yourself you cannot experience the higher realms and dimensions, it closes it off and keeps you in that
3D, 3D, like it keeps
3D
you like
vibes.
susceptible to all the fear that's being put out in the world. So if you're thinking about getting into this kind of stuff, like definitely try just changing your water, get a filter.
Yeah.
Like a little things at a time. Don't try and like jump straight into these things.
Yeah, otherwise you'll just be like, oh.
Yeah, and you won't actually follow through because you'll be like, I'm not seeing anything fast enough. But it takes time. Like it's most certainly taken me about 2 years, really, to get into this.
Yeah.
So, to this level anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a process and a lifestyle, really. Like, it's not just like you just change it, but at the end of the day, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience, so like nothing can actually take that away from us.
That is so funny because I actually posted that in one of my Instagram captions the other day.
Oh,
like,
really?
We are all just spiritual beings having a human experience. So many souls are lining up to come here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we have like so much to talk
I feel
about.
like if we jump into another topic, it's just that's the next time.
Yeah, we'll have to go through everything. We're
Yeah.
never gonna run out of ideas.
No.
It's like limitless.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and also like sleep paralysis. I've experienced that quite a few times, but nothing major as of recently. Have you?
Yeah, depending on my meditations is when I'll get sleep paralysis the most.
Yeah.
But sleep paralysis is the gateway to astral project. Well, one of the ways, because you can do it through the sleep paralysis, through lucid dreaming, like I explained earlier, or through meditation. But with sleep paralysis, I think it's one of the easiest ways. And basically, sleep paralysis, like when you wake up, usually at like 3 a.m. early morning.
Yeah.
The witching hour.
You know what? It's so funny. I've been having a lot of vivid dreams lately too, and I wake up at 3 a.m. and I start writing them down, and I'm like, what the hell? Why is it 3 a.m.? Yeah.
I think it's because of our sleep cycles. When we go into the 3-hour REM stage, we always astral project in that 3 hours every night, regardless if we're conscious of it or not conscious of it.
Yeah.
So that's when our body will wake up, but we're still traveling, and then come back down and we're stuck.
Yeah.
So we can't move in sleep paralysis. We can feel vibrations, we can hear things, see things, but we can't move our physical body unless you wriggle yourself out of it, which
is still quite hard to do.
Oh my gosh, sometimes it can take like 20 minutes and you're just like, oh.
It's like you're calling out to someone, like someone could be sleeping right next to you.
Yeah.
And you think that you're yelling really loudly to them, but you're not.
Yeah.
They literally cannot hear you.
Yeah, like I was stuck in sleep paralysis the other day, and the thing that works best for me is to wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes until it like will come up your leg. But beware of the chaining reaction, because this used to happen to me so much, and it would take hours like in the night, because I'd pull myself out of it and I wouldn't wake myself up properly, so I'd go back to sleep. 5 seconds later, I'm back in paralysis. And I'm just like, and it would just keep going out, in, and it's just like,
just a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, until I like get up, have a drink of water, wake myself up completely.
Yeah.
So I don't fall back into it.
Yeah, I find that as well when I'm like having dreams. If I don't fully wake up from a dream that I've actually found very frightening, I'll go straight back into it. So you have to be very like aware. Like, do you want to go back into it? Or I find if I talk about it and get it out, and then I go back to sleep, like I'm fine. I don't go back into it. But if I don't talk about it, or get up for that longer period of time, it's just annoying. Like that early hours in the morning, you don't want to get up, you know. You're just like, I just want to go back to sleep, but I'm so scared to go back into that dream, because for me, again, it would lead back to like out of body experience, where it's like I don't know, because I can remember everything. Like it feels real, so I can't distinguish what is real and what isn't. So when I go back, I'm like, fuck, am I going back to that? Like, I'm so scared.
I feel like when we're dreaming and we're in the dream world, like we perceive it as a dream, right? We're asleep, but it's actually like our astral body out, and it's like projecting back to us as a dream because we're not fully conscious, and we're not like aware that we're in that off traveling in that 3 hours, so it comes back as a dream to us.
Actually, speaking of, I think I had one of my dreams the other night. It was like me and my dog, and I feel like I was in another life.
Yeah.
But we were still like together. Because I just remember it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It was like I was in a different body, but it was me.
Oh.
And like me and my dog, because I always say, "Here's my soul dog." Like
Yeah.
I could just feel it, and that dream was just like it clicked. It was like it was real.
Yeah, like you feel that past life.
Yeah,
connection.
I felt the connection so much.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap. And I'm not sure if it's the full moon that's just been recently that's really opened me up to all of this, or like the whole lot of meditation that I've been doing recently. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting, and I wake up really tired. Oh my gosh, why have I been traveling so much?
Yeah.
Can't I just stay in one place?
Oh, literally. It's like, oh, I just want a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
But like my body's just like, nah, we're going on a journey tonight.
We're going on an adventure.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Just let me be. Let me be.
Yeah. So I guess that's pretty much
This episode.
yeah, for astral projection. And if there's any questions that we didn't cover, like, please drop in any comments that you can.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be posting this on YouTube as well, and our Instagram, so at Evolve Your Soul. You can message us there. We're always on the DMs as well.
Yeah. So that is astral projection for you guys. I
Yay.
hope you enjoyed this episode, and
see you next time.
yeah, see you next time.
I think next time we'll be touching on like meditation and stuff like that. So
yeah,
we'll chat then.
all right.
Bye.
Bye guys.